What a difference a week makes. Last Sunday was full of record-setting performances for the Packers, but today in Cincinnati was all about turnovers. We'll pick it up in the first quarter. Bengals with a 7-0 lead. Jeremy Ross misjudges the kickoff and muffs the catch. Taylor Mays comes up with it on the 2-yard line for Cincy, and they'll capitalize. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis punches it in to put the Bengals up 14 before Aaron Rodgers even steps on the field. This one, a very physical game. Jermichael Finley tries to make the grab in traffic, but is pummeled. There was no penalty on the play, but you can see Finley very shaken up. He left the game with a concussion. In the second, great play by Clay Matthews. He strips the ball from Giovanni Bernard. MD Jennings takes the fumble, 24 yards for the scoop and the score. Cincy turned the ball over 4 times in the first half, but Green Bay only had a 16-14 lead at the break. Then third quarter, they came out all guns blazing. Packers up 23-14. Rodgers rolls out and fires a pass to James Jones for the 7-yard touchdown. The Pack scored 30 unanswered points, but the momentum shifted back to the Bengals. Fourth quarter, Rodgers had a 41-game streak where he didn't throw more than one pick until that play. Leon Hall comes up with the interception, his second on the day for Rodgers. The Bengals drove the ball down 95 yards and scored on an 11-yard pass from Dalton to Marvin Jones. The extra point was blocked, so the Packers led 30-27. Then over 3 minutes to go on 4th and inches, the Packers go for it. Jonathan Franklin loses the ball. There's a scramble, and Terrence Newman finally picks it up, and he takes it the rest of the way. Cincinnati rallies to stun the Packers 34-30. We'll go to Cincy for a reaction from our Newswatch 12 crew.
With a final score of 34-30, the Packers dropped
around the division. The Lions were in Washington. A moment of silence was recognized in honor of the victims of the Navy Yard shooting. Second quarter, Lions up a score. Alfred Morris gets loose and goes 30 yards to the house, and we're all tied up. Then in the fourth, Detroit up 3. Matthew Stafford rockets one between 3 defenders to Calvin Johnson for the 11-yard touchdown. And the Lions beat the Redskins on the road for the first time since 1939, 27-20 the final. Minnesota hosted Cleveland. The Browns starting third-string QB Brian Hoyer, and Cleveland used plenty of trickery today. Late in the second, they fake the field goal. Spencer Lanning connects with Jordan Cameron for the touchdown, and Cleveland goes up by 10. But the Vikings fight back late in the third. Christian Ponder keeps the snap and rushes up the middle. It was Ponder's second rushing TD, and we're all tied at 24. Then with just 51 seconds on the clock, Hoyer throws the strike to Cameron. Hoyer threw for 3 scores, and the Browns keep the Vikings winless with the 31-27 victory. And you just finished watching Sunday Night Football, the Bears in the Steel City. Chicago jumped out to an early lead, but the Steelers put up a fight. Then we'll pick it up late in the fourth quarter. Bears up by 4 on third down. Jay Cutler fires it to Earl Bennett, and Bennett makes a sensational catch. This one was reviewed and called a touchdown. The Bears would hold on for the 40-23 win and are 3-0 in first place in the division. They say a strong start in September means a great finish in November, and many drivers at the top of the chase looking to build on their work. The second race of the 10-race chase at the Magic Mile in New Hampshire. Lap 30, a scary moment on pit road. Jeff Gordon, trying to avoid David Reagan, almost runs over Mark Martin's pit crew. That could have been a disaster. Then while running 8th, another chase driver, Casey Kane, had problems. He gets sideways and runs into the retaining wall. Kane finished 37th. The points leader and Cambridge native Matt Kenseth dominated the race. Kenseth gets his 7th win of the season and is 2 for 2 in chase races. The pressure was on Hendrick Stenson with more than $11 million at stake at the Tour Championship. Jordan Spieth challenging him on 14. He has a great approach shot. He'd birdie the hole to move to 9 under, but finished in a tie for second with this guy. On 15, Wisconsinite Steve Stricker hanging around. He sinks the eagle to move to 10 under, but it wouldn't be enough. Stenson with a great bunker shot on 16. This one almost goes in for birdie. Stenson holds on to win the Tour Championship and FedEx Cup with a pretty payday. And the Brewers hosted their final home game of the season tonight. Bottom of the 7th, Milwaukee up a run. One on for Scooter Gennett, and he sends one to deep center over the head of John Jay. Nori Aoki races around to score from first, and the crew finishes at Miller Park on a good note, winning 6-4. So just one more week left in the baseball season.
It's a sad time of year. The regular season's always so long and great.
transition, you know, fall and, you know, now sports transitioning.
It's always good to see the Cardinals lose, too.
Certainly, but except for Cardinal fans, if there are any out there.
Well, hopefully they're not up here. We'll be right back with a final look at weather right after this.